You're listening to English Made Simple. This is episode 41, número 41. Hola guys! Hola from Kangaroo Land, Australia. Welcome guys to another episode of English Made Simple, número 41. Whoa! My name is Milena. Thank you so much for joining me. Last week's episode proved to be a popular episode. Everyone seemed to be curious about living in Australia and learning about all the animals that exist here. Even for those who are not intending to move to Australia or visit Australia, it's still good for you to listen to this episode and also to the previous episode and learn some new vocabulary, okay? Well, in this short and sweet episode, I'd like to elaborate more on the previous episode. First of all, I don't want you to jump to any conclusions and think that people here always live in danger, especially after I shared some news articles with you in the Facebook group about the recent attacks in Australia. For those of you who don't know about the recent news about the animal attacks, well, basically, it's quite a coincidence, really. Just after I released the episode about Australia, I've read that in the last 5 days, there was a shark attack, ataque de tiburones, cocodrilos, there was a crocodile attack, which happened in Queensland, and there was a sighting of a venomous snake in south of Adelaide. Adelaide is a small city with a population of about 1 million people. And one snake. Definitely fun stories to read, guys. Oh, but I didn't share the one about the crocodile attack because I thought maybe this is too much. Basically, what happened is the guy survived. He was the trainer of the crocodile. He just got attacked, and he said, "Oh, this is nothing, just a love bite." I don't know. That's pretty scary thing. Anyway. It's not common that people see snakes get attacked by crocodiles or sharks. It's not common. That's why it's in the news, okay? So people get scared. They read it and they get scared. Imagine if there was a sighting of a snake inside someone's home in Colombia, or if there was anaconda in Brazil, somebody saw anaconda, it would be in the news, right? People will hear about it in the news. If there was a grizzly bear in Vancouver City, in Canada, you would hear about it in the news, right? I'm sure, pretty sure you would. Anyway, does anyone have Netflix? Did you know there's even a Netflix show about dangerous animals living in Australia? The show is called 72 Dangerous Animals Australia. That's the name of the show. Apparently, you can get a really close look at these deadly creatures in these series, and there will be interviews with wildlife experts and survivors of attacks. I'm quite curious. I haven't seen it. I would like to see it. That's on my to-do list. Just briefly about the shark attack that I mentioned earlier that was in the news just a couple of days ago. It does sound pretty scary, okay? But if you're in the ocean, you become part of the food chain instantly. You enter the ocean at your own risk. And the only reason you get attacked, mostly the surfers get attacked by sharks, because the sharks confuse surfers with seals. Seals are animals, I think focas in Spanish, and the sharks apparently don't really like human flesh. So I think, well, I hope so. But that's the only reason that surfers get attacked is because they look like seals, focus. Okay, now guys, let's dive into some stuff about Australia that I forgot to mention. And I would also like to explain some phrases I used in my last episode. So in this short and sweet episode, which might turn into a long and sweet episode, I'm sure, that's fine, doesn't matter. As long as you guys learn, that's my number one priority here. I want you to learn something new in each one of my episodes. Okay, first of all, what I would like to start off with is with some interesting facts about Australia. Let's start off with some interesting facts about Australia. Start off means let's begin, basically. For example, Australian fashion. Have you heard of Crocs? Casual, these plastic shoes people wear, Crocs. I think they're also called Crocs. It's the brand of shoes. And I've seen them in Chile, people wear them there. And the UGG boots, the UGG boots, UGG boots, they're being manufactured in Australia. Yes. Can you call this fashion? Don't know. Is this really fashion? These things are not really fashionable to me. They are not my style, but I know they're quite popular. Even snakes love them. Anyway, also another fact, Australians abbreviate almost everything. For example, a barbecue, which is un asado in Spanish, is called a Barbie here in Australia. A Barbie, just like a Barbie doll. Interesting. And they speak really fast and abbreviate a lot. So if you're coming to Australia, just be prepared. They speak fast here. Also here in Australia, and same in New Zealand, we drive on the right-hand side. My friends in Europe say we drive on the wrong side. Probably, but I'm now used to it and I don't know how to drive on the left side at all. So let's continue. Are you in Australia right now and looking for a job? Well, did you know there are jobs like snake catchers? Cazador de serpientes? It's true, there are people out there who catch snakes, remove them from inhabited areas, populated areas, and move them somewhere outside of the cities. You know why they do this? Because it is illegal to kill a snake. It is not legal, it's illegal. You could be fined $10,000 or imprisoned for 2 years if you kill a snake. A fine is, it's a noun and means multa. It's like a penalty. You might be wondering, what should you do if you see a snake? What you need to know is the snakes are more defensive than aggressive and usually bite or attack only if they feel threatened. So if you try to pick it up or if you startle it, you know, like boo, surprise the snake, it will attack you. So it's best to call the snake catchers to safely remove the snake. Good. In the last episode, I mentioned something like common misconception. What does that mean? What does the expression common misconception mean? Basically, it just means assumptions, assumpciones, prejuicios. For example, people often think that Australia is full of blonde people. Actually, this is what I thought about Sweden, the country Sweden, Suecia, but it is not true at all. There are people there with darker hair too. Also, not everyone here surfs. Yes, we have surf beaches, but not everyone can surf and even wants to surf. I tried it and I failed. Too hard. I know there are surf beaches in Chile. I visited Pichilemu and Maitenfrio beach. I mean Maitencio beach because the water is just freezing. I call it Maitenfrio. It just seems that my short and sweet episodes are getting longer. There's just so much to talk about when it comes to Australia. I have so many things to say, and I wanted to answer a question from Carlos, who's coming to Melbourne. I wanted to talk about Melbourne a little bit and compare it to other cities, and I might do this in the next episode. So, thank you for joining me, guys, and just remember that the spiders and the snakes are actually scared of you. They are actually more scared of us than we are of them. I wouldn't say the same for crocodiles because I don't think crocodiles are scared of us, okay? We are just scared of them. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. Until next time, please don't forget transcriptions are available on my website, englishmadesimple.net. They will be available in a day or two, so please be patient. I only have 2 hands. Until next time, have a great rest of the week. and hasta la vista.